I welcome all of you to your favorite EduSat program. Dear students, you know that man is very intelligent and man is completely different from other creatures because man has reasoning power and also judging power and also considering power. So from the beginning of man's evolution, man has tried his best to explore the nature. And you know that we live in the solar system and our planet is the earth. Besides the earth, we have also some satellites and also some other planets, and man is trying to reach at the moon from very beginning. Some extent man has become success, and 30 years back a person, his name is Eugene Cernan, and his team, 12 members were in his team. They reached at the moon's surface. After 30 years of his moon's exploration, nobody had gone there. So that Eugene Cernan was very much worried. On the 30th anniversary of the last moon's mission, a reporter named Frank Vizard, he interviewed Eugene Cernan, and this is the topic what you have already learned. The name of the topic is an interview with the last moon walker. You have studied already part 1. Today we have to discuss about the second part of this topic. But before going to discuss about the second part of the topic, we should know something what we learned in the first part. After 30 years of lunar mission, Eugene Cernan was interviewed by the Frank Vizard the very day of anniversary, because Cernan was the last man to land on the moon. Frank Vizard wanted to know about Cernan's thoughts on the day of anniversary. Cernan told that it was the greatest effort they had made and it was possible for the challenge of the President Kennedy, and the disappointing thing was that he was the last moonwalker. All these things we discussed. Now you see next. After 30 years of lunar mission, Eugene Cernan was interviewed by Frank Vizard, and this is the photograph of Eugene Cernan. While Eugene Cernan was interviewed, the first question of Frank Vizard, this is the reporter, his first question was what he today feels about his last mission to the moon. And then the report of the Cernan was actually they had done the greatest thing. They had done the greatest thing, reaching in the moon. But now he is very much worried. Why? Because after 30 years, no step has been taken to reach in the moon. So that he speaks or he also dreams his mission to reach in the moon, not only in the moon but also in the Mars, is now a question for all of us, how to reach in the Mars. So Frank Vizard, the reporter, wanted to know about the Cernan's thoughts on the day of her anniversary. And then what happened, you see, Cernan and his team made the greatest effort for the challenge of the President Kennedy. While Eugene Cernan had gone to the moon, at that time Kennedy was the president of United States of America. He inspired the scientists to go to the moon, and under the leadership of Eugene Cernan, 12 members had gone there and they made the effort and they stayed there for a longer time than any other persons who had gone to the moon. Then you see, Eugene Cernan was hopeful to explore Mars by the turn of the century. During that time, that means 30 years back, Eugene Cernan dreamed that people of the world must reach in the Mars at the end of the century. But his dream is now a question, so that he is very much worried, and he had devoted 28 years for that to happen. But being disappointed, he lost momentum. He lost all his hope. What he expressed before Frank Vizard, that he is too much worried, though the young mass have not taken any step to reach in the Mars till on that day. So he was very much disappointed. Now you see, this greatest moon explorer was very much worried on that day, while Frank Vizard took the interview of him. Next, why was he disappointed? Really, Eugene Cernan was too much disappointed, though Apollo 13 mission to the moon became unfruitful. The mission of Apollo 13 to go to the moon and to come back to the land with the human beings. Eugene Cernan thought that, or the mission of Apollo 13 to go to the moon and to come back to the landscape with some persons. But Apollo 13 mission, while he became failure, he lost his hope. Cernan lost his hope, and he lost his dream. So what happened then, you see next? Then what happened? Eugene's expressed his disappointment before Frank Vizard. Eugene Cernan and his 12 members team stayed on the moon longer than anyone else. Nobody stayed in the moon more than 75 hours. But Eugene Cernan's team stayed there 75 hours, more than 3 days. Then these are the friends of Eugene Cernan, companions of Eugene Cernan, 12 members. So he explained, while Cernan explained his experience before Vizard, he explained that staying on the moon was like parking a car in a desert. If you go to a desert taking a car, what you will feel there? Nobody is there. There is no water, no plant. Similarly, while Eugene Cernan and his companions reached in the moon, they felt that was just like parking a car in a desert. Okay? And the gravity of the moon was just ahead zero gravity. Do you know what is gravity? Gravity is a force. It attracts the objects. And while they reached there, actually the gravity of the moon and the gravity of the earth is different, is completely different. So while they reached there, while they reached in the moon, the gravity was zero gravity. And in the zero gravity, they managed to stay there only due to their proper space uniform. Otherwise, they cannot stay there for such a long time. So today we have to discuss about International Space Station and also exploring space and our mission to Mars, then development of propulsion technology and also time of man's living on Mars. Then we have to discuss today non-scientific factors for the exploration of the Mars and hope on the future generation for exploration to the red planets. So the first question of Frank Vizard, what he feels about, this is the perhaps in the second part, you can find in your textbook that what Cernan feels or thinks about the space station. So in reply, he says, before going to give the answer about space station, he says about gravity. Gravity, I have already told you, gravity is the force that attracts objects in space towards each other and that on the earth pulls them towards the center of the planet. That is called gravity. Then what is zero gravity? Zero gravity means the gravity what Cernan feels in the moon, that is zero gravity. Zero gravity means the state or condition in which there is no apparent force of gravity acting on a body. The force is totally weak and like a sort of a pain on the neck. That is called what? That is called zero gravity.
ମୋ ନାଁ ଲାବଣ୍ୟବତୀ ତିରିଆ।
ମୋ ନାଁ ଅର୍ଚ୍ଚନା ମଲ୍ଲିକ।
ମୋ ନାଁ ଗିରିଧର ମାହାଳି।
ମୋ ନାଁ ମୀନାକ୍ଷୀ ସେଠୀ।
राज्य सरकारଙ୍କ ନିଷ୍ପତ୍ତି ଅନୁସାରେ ପଞ୍ଚମରୁ ଦ୍ୱାଦଶ ଅଧ୍ୟୟନରତ ଅନୁସୂଚିତ ଜାତି जनजाति ଓ ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ ପଛୁଆ ବର୍ଗର ଛାତ୍ରଛାତ୍ରୀମାନଙ୍କୁ ଅଗ୍ରାଧିକାର ଭିତ୍ତିରେ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ବିଦ୍ୟାଳୟରୁ ହିଁ ଶିକ୍ଷକ କିମ୍ବା ଅଧ୍ୟକ୍ଷଙ୍କ ଜରିଆରେ ସ୍ଥାୟୀ ଜାତିଗତ ପ୍ରମାଣପତ୍ର ଯୋଗାଇ ଦିଆଯିବ। ଏଣିକି ପିଲାଏ ଖୁସିରେ ପଢ଼ିବେ ପାଠ, ବିଦ୍ୟାଳୟରେ ମିଳିବ ଜାତିଗତ ପ୍ରମାଣପତ୍ର।
ଗୋବିନ୍ଦ 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 ପଦୁ ଗଳୁଛି ମକରନ୍ଦ, ସେ ମକରନ୍ଦ ପାନ କରି ହେଳେ ତରିଲେ ବ୍ରଜ ନାରୀ।
ଆଇ ତୁମର କି ତୋଫା ଆଲୁଅ, ଏଟା କି ଆଲୁଅ କି?
ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଆଲୁଅ, ଦିନରେ ବି ରାତିରେ ବି ସବୁବେଳେ ଏମିତି।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଇ, ଆମର ଲାଇନ କଟି ଗଲେ ଫୋନ କଲେ ଲାଇନ ମ୍ୟାନ ଆସି ସଜାଡ଼ି ଦିଏ। ତମର ଲାଇନ କଟି ଗଲେ କିଏ ସଜାଡ଼େ? ତମେ କଣ ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟକୁ ଫୋନ କର?
ବୋକିଟା କିଲୋ, ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟଙ୍କୁ ନୁହେଁ, ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ନମ୍ବରଟା ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ଦେଖେ, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଲାଇନ କଟିଯିବ ଏଇ ନମ୍ବରରେ ଫୋନ କରିଦେଲେ ସବୁ ସମାଧାନ। ସେଇ ତୋଫା ଆଲୁଅ ହେଲା।
180034571335।
ଅନୁସୂଚିତ ଜାତି ଓ ଜନଜାତିର ଛାତ୍ରଛାତ୍ରୀମାନେ ସହରାଞ୍ଚଳରେ ରହି ମହାବିଦ୍ୟାଳୟ, ବୈଷୟିକ ତଥା ବୃତ୍ତିଗତ ଅନୁଷ୍ଠାନମାନଙ୍କର ସୁବିଧାରେ ପାଠ ପଢ଼ିବା ପାଇଁ ମାନ୍ୟବର ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀଯୁକ୍ତ ନବୀନ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକଙ୍କର ଯୁଗାନ୍ତକାରୀ ଯୋଜନା ଆକାଂକ୍ଷା। ଏହି ଯୋଜନା ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ସହରାଞ୍ଚଳରେ ରହି ପାଠ ପଢ଼ିବା ପାଇଁ ସମସ୍ତ ସୁବିଧା ସହ ହଷ୍ଟେଲ ନିର୍ମାଣ କରାଯାଇଛି ଏବଂ ଛାତ୍ରୀମାନଙ୍କର ରହିବା ଓ ଖାଇବାର ସୁବନ୍ଦୋବସ୍ତ କରାଯାଇଛି। ଖୁବ୍ ଶୀଘ୍ର ରାଜ୍ୟର ଅନ୍ୟ ପ୍ରମୁଖ ସହରାଞ୍ଚଳରେ ଏହିଭଳି ସୁବିଧା ସୁଯୋଗ ଯୋଗାଇ ଦିଆଯିବ जनजाति छात्री मानंकु। आकांक्षार सुजोग नियंतु, निजर उच्च शिक्षा अभिलाष को साकार करंतु।
Dear students, just now we discussed what is gravity and what is zero gravity. You know that gravity is a force that attracts every objects in the space towards each other, but that on the earth it pulls towards the center of the planet. So what is zero gravity? Zero gravity is a state that has no force, so it has no power and it is just like zero, or we feel pain on our neck. And now, what is Eugene Cernan's feelings about the International Space Station? The International Space Station was established for exploring space. When Frank Vizard asked Cernan about International Space Station, Cernan gave the reply, International Space Station was established for exploring space. According to Cernan, space station is going to have long-term scientific and commercial value. He calls it exploiting space as opposed exploring space, since they would go somewhere they had been before. Then you see, so that your space station has some good value, or we can say it has also commercial value, and also it has a scientific value. And this is a picture of International Space Station. What do you mean by ignoring exploring space? By ignoring exploring space, we mean not giving due attention towards conducting more and more experiments on space. We are no longer space-faring nation. Now we are going somewhere. We have gone before. Only we are exploiting our conquest. So what is the difference between exploiting and exploring? Now let us go and discuss about this is a picture of an experiment on space. Here a scientist is doing experiment on space. So what is the difference between exploiting and exploring space? Exploring space means doing some experiments on space to achieve something for human welfare. While the scientists or the astronauts make any experiments, they do the experiments for the well-being of the people, for the well-being of the society. So exploiting space means doing some experiments on space to achieve something for human welfare and benefits. It is done for a long-term scientific and commercial value. On the other hand, exploring space means traveling in space to find out more and more mysterious information about space. In space, there are lots of things which are ignorant to us. So while we exploit the space, we try to get some information about the space. Now you see, and what was the Eugene Cernan's view or about the mission to Mars? As per Eugene Cernan, the mission to Mars would be done by the next generation. So now Eugene Cernan thinks, though the generation of today failed to do anything on the Mars mission or on the mission on the moon, so that he hopes the future generation can achieve this goal. So that he says Mars would be done by the Mars mission would be done by the next generation. He strongly hopes that a time is coming very shortly. The students who are now in elementary school, they can achieve this goal. And because he thinks the foundation to go to Mars is now being built in the classrooms. It means the little kids who are in the school, they are learning about how to go to the Mars. So we mean that, what do you mean? The crew of the first spaceship to Mars is sitting in our elementary schools today. It means, what does Cernan means? Cernan means that the crew are still in the process of learning fundamentals before exploring and exploiting about the planet. The students or little kids who are in the classroom, they are working hard. They are learning the fundamentals how to go to the Mars. Otherwise, we cannot reach there. So that new objects. You can find crew gathering knowledge about fundamentals of the Mars. That means the trainers, the young generations are trying their best to gather some knowledge about the Mars by reading in the classrooms and even going to the field. Why is man's target about the mission to Mars? Why people are interested to know about the Mars when we have already reached in the moon? But after reaching in the moon, why we are interested to know something about Mars? It is said that Mars is the red planet in the solar system. And we, the human beings, are completely ignorant about this planet Mars. So if we go there, if we make our mission to go to the Mars, then we can gather knowledge whether any creature is existed in the Mars or not, whether water is present in the Mars or not. So our future generations are trying their best to learn about Mars. So it is our work to work hard. So what create enthusiasm in the heart of a man to learn about Mars? Just now we discussed, man is curious to know more and more about nature. So man is curious to know whether water is present on the planet, whether there was life, and whether human survival would be possible or not on the Mars. So to create a new chapter, man is interested to learn about Mars. Now the population in the world is increasing day to day. A time will come when we cannot find a place to live in this earth, because a time is coming when we cannot get sufficient land to cultivate our land or to establish or to build factories. There is no space. So if we discover a place either in the planet Mars or in the moon, then it may be possible our future generation can live there. So that here you see, this is a picture inside of a planet Mars, and through this, what was Eugene Cernan's view about the mission to Mars just now we discussed. As per Eugene Cernan, the mission to Mars would be done by the next generation who were in their primary school. So through only hard labor we can achieve our goal, otherwise it is very difficult.
ଅଗ୍ରଣୀ ଘରୋଇ ଶିକ୍ଷାନୁଷ୍ଠାନମାନଙ୍କରେ ଛାତ୍ରଛାତ୍ରୀମାନଙ୍କୁ ଗୁଣାତ୍ମକ ଶିକ୍ଷାର ସୁଯୋଗ ଦେବା ପାଇଁ ମାନ୍ୟବର ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଶ୍ରୀଯୁକ୍ତ ନବୀନ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକଙ୍କ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଆରମ୍ଭ କରାଯାଇଛି ଅଭିନବ ଯୋଜନା ଅନ୍ୱେଷା। ପ୍ରତିବର୍ଷ 5,000ରୁ ଉର୍ଦ୍ଧ୍ୱ ଅନୁସୂଚିତ ଜାତି ଓ ଜନଜାତିର ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ 17 ଗୋଟି ଜିଲ୍ଲାର ସହରାଞ୍ଚଳରେ ସ୍ଥାପିତ ଅଗ୍ରଣୀ ଘରୋଇ ଶିକ୍ଷାନୁଷ୍ଠାନମାନଙ୍କରେ ପଢ଼ିବା ପାଇଁ ସୁଯୋଗ ଦେବା ସହିତ ରହିବା, ଖାଇବା, ଟ୍ୟୁସନ୍ ଫି, ପୋଷାକ, ବହିପତ୍ର ଓ ଯାତାୟାତ ବାବଦକୁ 44,000 ଟଙ୍କା ଯୋଗାଇ ଦିଆଯାଉଛି। ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ଅନ୍ୱେଷା ଯୋଜନାରେ ସାମିଲ କରନ୍ତୁ, ତାଙ୍କ ଭବିଷ୍ୟତ ତିଆରି କରନ୍ତୁ।
ଏହି ଶିକ୍ଷା ବର୍ଷରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଲା राज्यर 100टी ब्लॉक हेडक्वार्टर्स रे 100टी आदर्श विद्यालय आमर प्रिय मुख्यमंत्री नवीन पट्टनायक एही स्वप्न शिक्षा क्षेत्र रे नुआ परिवर्तन केंद्रीय विद्यालय ढांचा सीबीएसई माध्यम रे शिक्षा ओडिशा सरकारंकर आउ एक अध्याय ग्रामांचल पिला मानंक पई सबु ब्लॉक रे हेबो आदर्श विद्यालय।
We are interested to go to the Mars. How can we go there? Through present technology, it is very difficult to go to the Mars. It will take a long time to reach at the Mars. So what should we do? What is required to go to the Mars? Through existing technology, it is very difficult to go to the Mars. Why? Because it takes long time to go there. So what is essential to go there? A better technology. Through better technology, we can go to Mars. So what create? This is the picture of a just now what you witnessed. That was the picture of a present technology. Through modern technology or advanced technology, we can go there. Now our scientists have some extent become success and they have built or they have made some equipment, some machineries or some spacecrafts to go to the Mars. So if our scientists work hard and we take steps, if our future generations take steps, then we can easily reach there. So successful mission to Mars can be done easily if a propulsion technology is developed. What do you mean by propulsion technology? Propulsion technology means the technology which will help our spacecrafts to go towards the moon or towards the Mars easily and very speedily. If we don't go towards the Mars speedily, we cannot reach at the Mars. So that we require the modification of or we require advanced technology by modifying our present technology. So now you see what is believed about man's habitation in Mars. It is possible. Now our scientists dream it is possible. Our people live in Mars within 200 to 300 years if a successful mission to Mars can be done. Nothing in this world is impossible. Through hard labor, we can achieve our goal. If we work hard, and it is no doubt, our scientists are very experienced. They know very well how to achieve their goal. Only through their labor they can be success reaching in the moon, and through their success we can reach in the Mars. What is some people's idea about space exploration? Some people think unmanned vehicles are more than sufficient when it comes to space exploration. Some people think we should send the vehicles to the space on without people or without human beings. Why? Because in space some people met their death, so they think we should send some vehicles to Mars without human beings. But Eugene Cernan did not agree with them. What is his idea? He thinks that people should go to the Mars. If people will go to the Mars, they can explore, they can get knowledge. So how will the propulsion technology help a space mission? The propulsion technology will enable the travelers to get on the surface of Mars in a short time. That means the technology should be worked in such a way our astronauts can easily reach in the Mars within a very short time, and that will help them to come home to Earth whenever they want. Just like suppose while we go to Delhi or Kolkata, any place, or either by aeroplane or by train. We leave our motherland or our birthplace. We go to visit, we go to work, and after finishing our work, we again come back to our native place. Similarly, nowadays scientists are interested to make the such type of a spacecrafts that can go to the Mars, and at their will, at the will of the people, they can again come back to the Earth. So Eugene Cernan does not like unmanned vehicles. His opinion is people have to go there. People themselves have to go there, just like the people who live their birthplaces and again come back to the same place while they move by the aeroplanes or by the trains or buses. Then you see, why did Cernan not accept science was impetus? According to Cernan, science had never been stimulus for exploration, as he thought scientists have always been a part of exploration. Our scientists are always interested to give new information, to provide new technology to the people for the service of mankind, for the service of the society. So according to Cernan, non-scientific factors would help them for exploration to the red planet, just like you know that American president inspired Eugene Cernan to go to the moon, so that their mission to the moon became successful. And Kennedy, the president of America, was not a scientist. He was a political man, but his interest, his inspiration made space that traveling a successful one to the moon. Similarly, if our political leaders, if the leaders of the world, they are interested to send the spacecrafts to the Mars, then that can be fulfilled. Otherwise, we cannot reach there. Why was Apollo evolved? Apollo was evolved out of a political international competition. Apollo 13 became an unsuccessful one. Besides Apollo 13, before the Apollo 13, other Apollo journeys were successful. And those journeys were successful, or those missions were successful. Why? Only due to political interest, due to the inspiration of the political leaders. Otherwise, we cannot achieve that goal. What is the need to go to the red planet according to Cernan? According to Eugene Cernan, non-scientific factor would help for exploration to the red planet Mars. Just now I told you that if our benevolent leaders inspire our scientists, we can achieve that goal. We can easily reach in the Mars. Otherwise, we cannot achieve our goal. Our scientists will work hard, it is no doubt. But our political leaders, these persons who are not scientists, if they think about that we should send some spacecrafts to the moon, to the Mars, then our mission to the Mars will be successful. Otherwise, that cannot be. Next slide. What question will be solved if we go to the Mars? Now, you think, just now we also discussed 3 important questions will be solved if we go to the Mars. Actually, we do not know whether there is a water on Mars or not, because water is essential for all the living creatures. Without water, we cannot dream a living creature's world. So that if we want to live in the Mars, if we go to the Mars, then we can find whether there is water on the Mars or not. Whether any creature is existed in the Mars or not, or whether any creature was existed in the Mars or not, and whether there is possible for the part of the people to live in the Mars or not. Who should we give responsibility to fulfill our dream to go to the Mars, and why? So according to Cernan, we should give a responsibility to the kids. To the kids means to the students of our primary school who are in the classroom. They are our future generation. If we give a proper training to them, they can fulfill our dream. Otherwise, our dream to go to the Mars cannot be fulfilled.
राज्यर अनुसूचित जाति और जनजातिर छात्र छात्री मानक शिक्षा पाई निरंतर उद्यमरत मान्यवर मुख्यमंत्री श्रीयुक्त नवीन पट्टनायक दूरदृष्टि संपन्न प्रचेष्टा जोगु आज राज्य तथा राज्य बाहर पढ़ुवा मैट्रिक परवर्ती 3,24,000 रु ऊर्ध्व छात्र छात्री मानक छात्रवृत्ति जगाई दि जाउथबा बेले प्राय प्रतिवर्ष 18 लाख रु अधिक छात्र छात्री 1,055 कोटी रु अधिक टंका छात्रवृत्ति आकार दि जाउछि। छात्र छात्री मानक पई अनुदान प्राप्त विद्यालय गुड़िकरे ट्यूशन फी और बोर्ड परीक्षा फी मध्य छाड़ करा जाइछि। पिलामाने ठीक समय छात्रवृत्ति आवेदन करंतु, निरंतर शिक्षा बजाय रखंतु।
Eugene Cernan thinks if we give responsibility to our future generation, means the kids who are in the classroom, they can fulfill our dream. So dear students, we discussed the topic, a discussion between Frank Vizard or an interview of Eugene Cernan with Frank Vizard. So now you see what we discussed. First of all, we discussed Frank Vizard feelings about the International Space Station. Frank Vizard wanted to know about the author's feelings about the International Space Station. Dear students, please you observe this tree diagram and you try to read one question after another and try to summarize this topic. Frank Vizard wanted to know about the author's feelings about the International Space Station, and in second question, long-term scientific and commercial value. According to the author, for Cernan, the station is going to have a long-term scientific and commercial value. He called it exploiting space instead of exploring space, as they were completely ignoring it. And the third question is exploiting space instead of exploring space. At last, Vijay wanted to know about the mission to Mars. Cernan told that it would be done by the next generation who are in elementary schools. Now you see, Cernan's mission to Mars, he is very much interested that or he hopes that our future generation will fulfill this dream. And the fifth one is, it can be done by the next generation, and to fulfill this dream, propulsion technologies will be developed and a time to inhabit in Mars. If we take the steps properly, a time will come when people will live in the Mars, and for the exploration about the Mars, it is essential we should develop our technology. Through present technology, we cannot achieve our goal. Then impetus of science for space exploration. Science had never been a stimulus. Then non-scientific factors for exploration, and also entrust responsibility on the children. And he hopes our children can fulfill this goal. All these things in this topic we discussed properly. Now you see, please, what we learned, let us again summarize one by one what we learned in this topic. First we learned Frank Vijay wanted to know about the author feelings about the International Space Station. And secondly, we learned International Space Station is going to have a long-term scientific and a commercial value. And third, we learned the mission to Mars would be done by the next generation. Fourthly, we learned propulsion technology should be developed for the successful mission to Mars. And man would inhabit in Mars in 200 to 300 years if proper steps are taken. Some people think we should send unmanned vehicles to the Mars to fulfill the dream. But Eugene Cernan does not agree with them. He says he thinks human beings should go to the Mars to collect, to explore the Mars. Otherwise, we cannot get success to live in the Mars. And besides science, non-scientific factors would help for exploration to the red planet. If our political leaders, besides the scientists, take steps, this mission can be achieved, or we can reach on the Mars. Otherwise, it will be a difficult part. You see, even after 30 years of Eugene Cernan's mission to the moon, our scientists remain silent, our political leaders remain silent. So, we failed to go there. And Mars exploration would be a quest for knowledge. Actually, you see, if we go to the Mars, we can gather knowledge, because knowledge is power. By learning we can do, by knowing we can win. Similarly, how can we learn? By reading we can learn, it is no doubt, but through proper exploration, through practical knowledge, we can gather knowledge. If we go to the Mars, there we can explore lots of things. We have already discussed that whether any creature is existed in the Mars or not, we can know through our exploration. Whether there was creature or not in the past, we can know through our experiment, through our exploration. Similarly, whether water is available or present in the Mars or not, we can know it then our mission to Mars will be a successful one. So, besides the scientists, our political leaders should encourage the scientists, encourage the people to go to the Mars. If we go to the Mars, such type of vehicles, such type of spacecrafts should be invented by which we can go there easily and in a short time we can reach there, again we can come back to the earth. Then people will be interested to go there. Otherwise, leaving the earth for whole time, now our people will also not be interested to go to the Mars to live there. So that our scientists, if we take steps and our political leaders, if we take steps, then this mission can be achieved. Okay? All these things we learned. So Mars exploration will create a new chapter in our life, in the history of the world. So we should work hard, we should encourage our kids to go there. So now you see all these things we think now, and Eugene Cernan also thought on the day of his interview, when Frank Vizard took interview. When did Frank Vizard take interview of Eugene Cernan? You know this very well, that on the 30th anniversary of their journey, Eugene Cernan's journey to the moon, they took this interview. Frank Vizard was a really very nice reporter, and he was interested to give information to the whole world through this interview that they should be encouraged to go to the Mars. Otherwise, our aspiration, our interest cannot be fulfilled. He encouraged the scientists, he encouraged through this interview, he also encouraged the scientists and even the ordinary people to work hard to go to the Mars. By working hard, and little children are very much interested to gather knowledge. They are also interested to know about not only the Mars but also about the moon and other planets like Jupiter and also our sun, total whole solar system. In the solar system, there are lots of planets, there are lots of satellites, and they are interested, our scientists are interested to give this knowledge or to collect this knowledge. By collecting this knowledge, to give information to our future generation. Otherwise, we cannot reach, we cannot make a prosperous, developed, educated society. And you now imagine, dear students, during the time of our independence, the population of our country was 36 crores. Now we are going to touch 131 crores of a population. So what is man's next target? Whether to go to the Mars or to build a space city or to go to the moon or to develop propulsion technology. It is no doubt in the last part of the interview, Cernan gives his opinion that we should entrust this responsibility to go to the Mars before the kids or upon the kids. Then if we inspire the kids, they can go there and they can fulfill our dream. So he is very much interested that he entrusts the whole responsibility upon the little children, because the little children are the future citizens of every country and they can fulfill this dream. if we all work hard and if we inspire our little children, then this dream can be fulfilled. And besides this, we should try to develop advanced technology. Through advanced technology, we can build the propulsion, spacecraft propulsion technology, like propulsion technology should be developed. Through this, by using this, we can reach in the Mars within a little time or within a short time, and so that we shall be able to construct our houses on the Mars, and our future generation will live on the Mars happily, and they can also build their houses and cultivate their lands on those places. Thank you to all of you.
ସୌରମଣ୍ଡଳରେ ଥିବା ସମସ୍ତ ଗ୍ରହମାନଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରୁ ଏକମାତ୍ର ଗ୍ରହ ହେଉଛି ପୃଥିବୀ, ଯେଉଁଠି ଜୀବନ ଧାରଣ ସମ୍ଭବପର।